I do want to go back here to you, Andy. So they reintroduced Brandon Nimmo out at the ballpark last week. And then on Monday, Kodai Senga was introduced. And then yesterday, Justin Verlander was introduced. And we were on the air and I asked you, what's next? And, Steve Cohen pretty much alluded to the fact in his quotes in the Post this morning that they needed to make that one more move. And they think this is the move that could potentially put them over the top. But every time I think, okay, well, they're not going to do something else, they do something else. And so I wonder now, do you think there's more to happen? And I think Steve brought up a really good point. What happens to a guy like Brett Baty, Mark Vientos? Is that all off the table? There's no room on the left side of the infield for those guys looking, to the future here. So do you think there's more to come this offseason? Do you think there's the potential that a Michael Conforto can be another bat in the outfield? Where do you think they are right now when it comes to, the next few days and weeks?
Yeah, and we've sort of gotten way away from normal baseball operations questions, but you're right. I'm glad that you guys have brought up Brett Baty because this is sort of the path the Mets were on before this happened in the middle of the night with Correa of pay veterans short term, big money now, and then have more affordable position players like a Baty, like Francisco Alvarez. So come into their own within the next couple of years. So you don't have to always sign free agents. Now, what I'm told this morning is that there's been some talk for the last couple of years among some of the player development people of trying Baty in left field. And now that's going to accelerate. Like maybe we're now talking about Brett Baty as a potential left fielder of the future because third base is spoken for. Vientos didn't have a position in the first place. So I thought it was curious that they were reluctant to move him last trade deadline anyway. We could certainly see him being more expendable, other guys being more expendable. There's questions over whether Alvarez, they're not going to trade him, but whether he's a catcher. Some people think he's a first baseman. So all of these questions are still there, like they would be in a normal player development situation. But trade-wise, I do think that there is now some flexibility to move some of these guys. Mets have been interested, as we discussed yesterday at the Justin Verlander broadcast. They've been interested in Liam Hendricks of the White Sox. They do not need Escobar anymore, of course. So just speaking off the top of my head, knowing how these things can kind of work, you might be able to package a Vientos as a way to get James McCann's money, maybe be able to get someone to take some of Escobar's money. You have some ability to attach some prospects to some veterans now and unload money and maybe get a player like Hendricks or somebody else. Signing a bat like Conforto, Gary, look, they were talking to Conforto and Brandon Drury yesterday. Drury has since signed with the Angels. So I think they've got that bat now with Correa, but we're not ruling anything out ever, obviously.
I'd be surprised at this point with the way the lineup is and what they've spent that they're going to add more. I think to your point, Andy, like you start looking at your players in your system. Are there ways to incorporate young, talented players like Baty, like Alvarez into other positions so that you can get them the at-bats and kind of balance out the lineup, ease, let's say, Baty or Alvarez into certain new roles that they're maybe not accustomed to. Baty to the outfield makes a lot of sense. He's certainly athletic enough to do it. We'll see. That's something that, because he hasn't done a lot of it, you'd say, okay, you're going to start him out there in spring training and then the minor leagues. You get some bats there in the outfield just to get him some reps, and then you have him there whenever you need him. But I do think that a guy like Escobar would now be expendable for sure. There's certain teams out there that could use third base or second baseman. The White Sox, that came up recently, that conversation with Hendricks or otherwise. So, I think when you look at what the White Sox are trying to do, left-handed bat is something they need in the lineup. They need a second baseman. Escobar fits that bill. I mean, there are others, but I wouldn't be surprised if those conversations start to ramp up a little bit more from Billy Epler once this deal is finalized. Because certainly, we know what the money situation is there on those guys. I think, you're in a real difficult position as a GM once these things are done, because now teams know that you need to or want to get rid of that money. And so they hold you up a lot of times and make you pay a little bit more of that salary to make them fit within your roster. So it's a little challenging, but you know what? As a GM, you'll take it because you have a really, really good team and you're dealing from a position of strength overall.